To achieve the target of $5 trillion economy, the power sector needs to be reviewed on a war footing because this sector can be the game changer. Now we'll talk about some of the interesting facts about the power sector which will influence the growth of our country. Now India ranks 6th in the list of countries to make significant investment in clean energy by allotting 90 billion in between 2020 to 2019. Growing population along with increasing electrification and per capita usage will provide further impetus. Power consumption is estimated to reach 1894 trillion watt hour in 2022. Increasing growth avenues in renewable power segment driven by target to achieve renewable installed capacity of 227 gigawatt by financial year 2022. Now this is the target which has been given by Government of India to get renewable powers by 227 gigawatt by financial year 2022. For that, India will have to make huge investment around $100 billion by 2024. Now, electrification in the country has increased by several Government of India schemes and programs such as Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gram Jyoti Yojana, Ujjwal Discom Assurance Yojana and Integrated Power Development Scheme. As per the Economic Survey 1920, energy sector projects account for highest share of 24% of rupees 111 lakh crore. National infrastructure pipeline for period 2019 to 20 to 2024-25. Total foreign direct investment inflow in the power sector reached 14.98 billion during 2000 to March 2020. And that's very significant. Now if we talk about the Electricity Act, the objective was to make the power sector competitive, ensure consumer centricity and promote ease of doing business. It provided for electrification of rural areas, license-free generation and distribution, compulsory metering and rigorous penalties for theft of electricity. While it sought to privatize distribution companies, the DISCOMs, as they were perceived as the weakest link in the value chain. Now if we talk about DISCOMs suffer from low revenue collection due to high cost of buying, inadequate high-end tariffs and mounting dues from government departments, resulting in massive aggregate technical and commercial losses, which is also called AT&C losses, aggregate technical and commercial losses. Now AT&C losses comprise technical loss, theft, billing inefficiency, payment default and collection inefficiency. Now these needs to be revamped. These areas of concern needs to be corrected by the government. The need of the hour is to help the power distribution companies to deal their losses and effectively monitor electricity consumptions. Now if we talk about the regulators, though the regulators in state are semi-judicial in terms of power vested, they have not been allowed to function with full autonomy. Regulators must balance between the service provider and consumers, and the balance certainly cannot be tilted towards consumer alone. Now tariff decisions are being taken without taking into account the cost of power purchase from the generating companies, and that's why they have to suffer huge losses. And they are not able to bring back new technology. Now what is the solution? Now the focus should be to remove technical losses that happen due to resistance of wires and equipment as electricity passes through. For that there requires to be an investment, and investment can only happen when there is capital, and capital can only happen when the realization of electricity bill is done on time. There is no theft. Now the authority should replace the wires to minimize the losses which are outcome of technical inefficiency. The government should focus on modernizing the aging distribution infrastructure. There needs to be societal change to address the problem of power theft. The government needs to increase competition in this sector by encouraging private participation. And these are the places, the areas where the government needs to take action, so that the government is in a position to do the best of their abilities.